All right, we're good. Welcome back. Day 17. Oh my gosh, we are more than halfway through the split challenge already. I'm so excited to see how flexible you've gotten. If you're just jumping in and you're like, what the heck is going on? This is the 30-day split challenge. We've been doing stretches to open our hamstrings and our hips and get us deeper into our split. And we're going to be doing this for the course of 30 days. We're on day 17 now, so feel free to jump in today if you want to, or start from the beginning. If you click the link in the description, you can sign up and you can get automated emails where you'll be reminded to jump into each day's video. And you can keep track of your splits by, number one, taking a before photo, and number two, downloading the splits calendar, which is for accountability to help you to track your split streak. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All good stuff. So excited and grateful that you're here. I'm going to make sure that we're live, and then we're going to jump in. So yesterday, we were talking about discipline. We were talking about surrender. And it was so funny because something distracted me in the middle of this practice yesterday. And I told myself, I just have to surrender. There was a lot of different things that were going on in my day. And I ended up having one of the best days ever yesterday. And so I just wanted to bring this here because there were so many things in the beginning of my day that were starting to make me like feel chaotic. And instead of being like, this is just a bad day, I said, no, this is just an opportunity for me to surrender. And my day just turned around. It ended up being such an amazing day filled with like such good food, so many laughs, good times with good people. And so I just wanted to bring that little essence with you that like when you choose to surrender in the moment, even though it's hard, because that was the theme of yesterday. And I wanted to show you like the full circle moment of it all. When you choose to surrender, things start to turn around. So, all right, let's just start at the front of our mat. We're going to do a sun salutation or like a variation. I want you to go ahead and ground on your feet. Stand up nice and tall. Draw your shoulders back and down. Allow your breaths to deepen. If you'd like to set an intention for today's practice, feel free to do so now. Allowing yourself to fully arrive on your mat. Breathing in through the nose, and out through the nose. Allow your inner arches of your feet to lift. Engage your inner thighs, your core. Broaden through the collarbones and imagine that there's a string pulling the top of your head up to the sky. On the next breath in, we're going to reach our arms out and up. And then on the exhale, fold forward. Let's hang out in this forward fold for just a moment. You can rock your arms and your body side to side. We're going to lift up halfway, flat spine. And exhale, fold, plant your hands, and step back to a high plank pose. In this high plank, I want you to go ahead and rock your weight forward and backward. And you may notice that when you rock your weight backward, you're feeling that stretch in the back of the calves. And when you rock forward, you're feeling that stretch in your wrists. 3, 2, 1. Make sure that your shoulders are strapped over your wrists now. And we're going to go ahead and lift up the right hand, and we're going to tap left shoulder and vice versa. And we're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep going. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Low plank. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Good. Release. Take your back bend. Up dog or cobra. And then go ahead and tuck the toes. Down dog. 5 breaths. Pedal out your dog or invite any movements that feel really good for you. I like to sometimes bend the knees, or I imagine that like my tailbone is a wave and I rock forward into my high plank and back into my down dog. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. This is your opportunity to show up for yourself and connect the mind, body, spirit by listening to what the body needs, by tuning in. One more breath. And then let's go ahead and unplug the hands. We're going to walk them back to the feet. Grab opposite elbows and just hang here. Rock side to side, left and right. We're going to go ahead and release the hands, bend the knees a little or a lot, and we're going to slowly roll all the way up to standing. When you get to the top, lift up high with the shoulders and drop them down on the exhale. And we'll do that again. Big inhale, lift up. Big exhale, drop them down. Good. Let's take our arms out and up. Big inhale. Exhaling, fold. Hinge at the hips. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, walk the hands forward to a down dog. We're going to lift up high on the toes together. Big inhale. Big exhale, drop the heels. One more time, big breath in. Exhale, drop the heels. Good. Let's go ahead and, I don't know. I sometimes just like a little bit shorter of a downward dog. Some people like longer, but I think it's just because my body's so short that I like to bring my hands and feet in a tiny bit more. Like, not everybody has this level of mobility either, so you might have yours a little bit farther out. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and bend the knees almost till they touch the mat. They're probably like 1 or 2 inches away from the ground. I'm going to bring my hands back just a little bit, and I'm going to imagine that I'm drawing my hands and my feet together. Pull, 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 pull. Pulling your hands and feet together as if you're trying to put a wrinkle in the yoga mat for 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees, and let's rock the hips side to side. Oh, yeah. And if you set an intention for your practice today, maybe that was like to just be present or to utilize your breath, just circle back to that intention now. We're going to do some hip circles. So taking them one direction, other direction, forward and up, and bringing them back and down, and keep on moving with your breath. You should be feeling a little bit warm. Your heart rate might be up a bit. Good, and we're going to switch directions, go the other way. Three more breaths or 3 more circles. And after the last one, come back up to center. Let's take our right foot over to the right. We'll go ahead and plant the foot down, toes facing out. And we're going to come to sit back as if we're in like a half yogi squat and a half child's pose, right? So we're here. And you can fold forward here. You can start kind of like inviting some movement into this hip. Kind of rocking around. Or you can just find stillness here. And whenever you're ready, just bringing that right knee back in. Let's extend that right leg long, press back. And then we're going to imagine that we're drawing a rainbow behind us, taking our right foot all the way to the left and drawing a giant arch. Now the hard part here is trying to keep your whole torso from moving and allowing this movement to come mainly from your hip and your glute. Two more. Last one. Good. Come back to center. Shake the hips side to side a bit. And then we're going to do it again. Hey to everybody that's here. Welcome to day 17 of the 30-day split challenge. Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's take that left leg out to the left and come and sit back like a half yogi squat and a half child's pose. And you can kind of invite some movement here if that feels good for you, or you can just find stillness. Whenever you're ready, come up. We're going to take that left leg long, flex the foot, press back, breathe. 3, 2, 1, and then drag that left leg all the way to the right. We're going to make some rainbow shape arches with our toe. Trying to keep your whole torso as still as you can is the challenge. Trying to make sure or focus on this movement coming from mainly your glute and your hip. 2 more. Good. Let's go ahead and come back to center. Rock the hips side to side. Take a cat and a cow if that feels good for you. And then planting in the hands. Tuck the toes. Lift up into a down dog. If you want a little more work, stop in that little half seat position where you're drawing your hands and feet together. And then lift up your hips high. Take a nice big inhale with me. And a big exhale. Okay, I want you to get onto your toes, bend the knees out wide, look up towards your hands, and we're going to hop to a yogi squat. So placing your feet on the outside of your hands. We're going to rock side to side here, left and right. Or you can find stillness, bringing your hands to your heart, drawing your elbows into your knees. And then we're going to floss back and forth in between a yogi squat and a forward fold. So bringing your toes forward and your head down, lift your hips high, and then moving back into a yogi squat. And we'll do this a couple times. Moving at your own pace with your own breath, making whatever adjustments you need. Just remember to keep your toes and your knees facing the same direction. So when you're forward folding, your feet are parallel with each other. And when you're yogi squatting, your feet are out to the sides a tiny bit. And we'll do 3 more like this. And then plant the hands again, step back to a down dog. We're going to take the left foot up to the sky now, 3-legged dog. You can point that toe, flex it, point it, flex it, and then make some circles. Bend the left knee, open up. Try to keep your shoulders still square to the front. Then we're going to make some circles here with that hip. Go ahead and switch directions. Extend, 3-legged dog, big breath here. And then on the exhale, take that knee to nose. Inhaling up again, 3-legged dog. Exhaling, take it to the left shoulder. Good. Again, 3-legged dog. Exhaling over to the right. Coming back. And then we're going to plant the left foot between the hands. Meeting in a runner's lunge. You can drop the hips. Allow yourself to feel that stretch in the hip flexors. Gaze goes up. You can drop your back leg and come up into an Anjaneyasana pose. So taking your arms up to the sky. I'm drawing my right hip forward, left hip back. It's a different pose, right? If I have my hips not squared to the front. See the difference there? If you want to interlace your fingers behind your back and take a little back bend, you can. We're going to go ahead and release. Place both hands to frame the front foot. And we're going to move into half monkey. So drawing our toes back towards our face. We're going to sit here for a couple breaths. While you're in this pose, asking yourself, where can I soften? Taking one more big inhale. And one more big exhale. Good. Let's go ahead and rock our weight forward. Lift up our back leg. And we're going to turn everything towards the right. And we're going to meet in a wide-legged forward fold just for a moment as we move into a skater or skandasana at the back of the mat. Notice how I flex the front foot up to the sky, and I've got this leg nice and active as I'm sitting down in here. And we're going to rock side to side. Taking skater on the left and then the right. You can keep your hands on the ground. You can keep your hips up high. This may be the shape that you might be making, and that's okay. Notice how I'm still keeping my foot nice and flexed. And on the last one, you're going to meet me at the back of the mat, and we're going to face the other side. Boom. Bring your hands to the back of the mat. Now I'm kind of like in a lizard, so I'm going to heel toe my left or my right leg in between my hands. We're going to rock forwards and backwards here really quickly. In this runner's lunge, my gaze is up. And we're going to drop that back leg to the ground. Big inhale. Moving into Anjaneyasana on the other side. I'm still drawing my left hip forward, right hip back. And if you're curious if your hips are open or closed, you can put your hands on your hips and see if you're facing the front or the back of your mat. Once you get that, allow yourself to sink. Keep your core engaged here. It's not good to just let your core be open. And you'll realize that in yoga, in dance, in aerial, in pole, in acro, in any sport, the more you keep your core engaged, the better performance you'll have in generally almost everything. Your core is your center. It keeps you together. Prevents a lot of injury. If you want to interlace your fingers behind your back and take a little back bend, keep your core nice and tight. And then release the hands. Let's go ahead and plant the hands here. And we're going to put our right foot, we're going to flex our back toes, and we're going to meet in a three-legged dog. Point the toe, flex the foot, point the toe, flex the foot, and then make some circles in the ankle. Bend the knee, open the hip, keep the shoulders nice and square. We're going to make some circles in that hip. And then switch directions. All right, extend, three-legged dog. Big breath in, and then exhale, core plank, knee to nose in the center. Again, inhaling, three-legged dog. Exhaling, taking it over to the right shoulder. Good, last big breath. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, take it over to the left. I lied, this is the last one. We're going to plant that foot between the hands now. We're going to drop our back leg, and we're going to meet in half monkey, Ardha Hanuman. And just breathe. Making sure that you've got these toes and this leg active, like we're flexing that towards the face. You'll notice a different stretch when you keep your leg relaxed. And if you're wondering if you're really getting the most out of this pose, go ahead and take a round of cat and cow in your back. Feel the different shape of your pelvis in the direction that your pelvis is facing, and you'll really know, and you'll be able to see, like, am I really getting this stretch in my hamstring or not? Because if your pelvis is tucked, your hamstring is shortening. But when your pelvis is tilted the other direction, you'll notice that it's lengthening. And if we want to do a split, we want our hamstrings to be nice and long, nice and flexible. Staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and walk our hands to frame our foot, lift up the back leg. We're going to meet in a wide-legged forward fold. If you want more movement, you can do skater back and forth. You can give yourself a little neck massage if that feels good. Or you can interlace your fingers behind your neck and just let gravity pull. We got about 4 more breaths here. And then we're going to do some splits. Woo! All right, and then meet me at the front of your mat. And let's just come to sit for a second. Let's center our breathing, center our awareness. And I want you to sit on your ankles so that you're stretching your ankles. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. 2 more big breaths. Last one. Cool. All right, 2 minutes. You know what we're doing. If you are like, yeah, that's super not accessible for me, that's totally fine. Oh, I'm sorry. I teased you yesterday. I said bring a yoga strap. Bring this tomorrow. We're going to use this within the next couple of days. And if you don't have a strap, use a towel, use the t-shirt. All good. And make sure that you're staying hydrated also. All right. So 2 minutes. I don't know where my other phone went. If Mercury is not in the retrograde. All right. I guess we're never going to know how long we're going to do these splits for. I'm just going to bring my laptop closer and we'll go based off of that. So I literally just saw it. Oh, well, I guess it's fine. We're going to do a split. We're going to do a front split. And if you're like, this is not accessible for me, do a half split, Ardha Hanuman that we did already. We're going to hold this for about 2-ish minutes because I don't have my timer. So yeah. All right. Whenever you're ready, I want you to bring blocks over with you too because it's better to have proper form than to do it just to try to like get your pelvis on the ground, unless that's like your ultimate goal. You're like, I don't care if it's a real split or not, then I guess that's fine. But this is your practice, so it's really up to you. All right, so we're gonna take the 1 foot in front of us, other foot behind us, and go in at like your, I'd say at least 50 or 60% capacity, and then let yourself sink in with your breaths. So big inhale here, and then exhale, settling in, making sure to draw your back legs hip forward and your front legs hip backward. And I'm keeping my legs nice and active, like I'm pushing the ground away. So I also want to show you something. Look at how I'm like all the way on the ground here, but look at how open my hips are. If there were laser beams shooting off my hips, they'd be going that way, not this way. So I'm really actively working on turning my hips forward, which is going to take me a little bit farther off the ground, which is why I'm also using blocks. because I want my hips square. And while you're in this pose, do you really feel your muscles activating? Do you feel like the stretch and exactly the muscles that you know you should be stretching? You should be feeling like your hamstring in your front leg and your like the front of your hip slash hip flexor and the other leg, your back leg. And when you lean back so that your weight is equally distributed on both sides, you should be feeling like you're drawing your back hip forward and your front hip back. 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and release. Let's take our feet to the ground, knees up to the sky, and we're going to rock side to side. And then we'll do the other one. I'm really proud of you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for being patient. Also, I feel like my energy was a little bit off yesterday. So I just want to show you that, like, no matter what it is you're committed to, you can show up in any way, shape, or form that you are in. Okay? Like, you are loved, you are accepted, and you are whole because you are human. And we came here onto earth to play and have fun and do whatever we want. So come get flexible and show up with me however you are. Okay, that's my invitation to you. Let's go ahead and put our feet together, flap our butterfly wings. Let's take a big breath in together. Hold it at the top for 3, 2, 1, and exhale, sigh the breath out. Good. Okay, other side. Let's go. So you know which leg you had in the front. I think it was this one for me. So yeah. Switching sides. Hey, there's people here. That's cool. All right. Whenever you're ready, I like to always check my back foot. I've noticed that people will sometimes, do you see this? They're like this or something. That's not like necessarily anatomically correct, right? You want to try to keep the top of your foot on the ground, keep your legs straight. Also pay attention, like, is your leg like facing this direction? Is it facing this direction? You want it to be directly behind you and get that real stretch in your hips, okay? So starting here, and then we're gonna come down into our split and just go ahead and hold wherever you are, checking your hips, making sure that they're facing the correct direction. Drawing the front hip back, left or other hip forward, I should say. And breathe. Keeping your legs nice and strong, like you're pressing the ground away. It's hard for me to talk in these poses. So just find stillness in your mind. Really tune into the body. You got about 30 seconds more. All right, whenever you're ready, come on out. Take both of the feet to the ground, knees up to the sky, and just start rocking your knees side to side. If you want more, rewatch this video. Rewatch any of the videos. You've got 17 days of content. You can also just hold your splits for longer. Make sure that your body's nice and warm. So feel free to rewatch as many times as you want and rewind and get into like the warm-up area of the class, and then do that a couple times if you want to be more warm. I have my AC unit on, but usually I turn it off because I want my muscles to be nice and warm, right? Because that's going to help them to stretch more deeply and prevent injury. All right. One more moment. Let's just go ahead and take our feet together, knees out wide. Flap the butterfly wings. We're going to take another big inhale, fill up the lungs, biggest breath of the day. And take a really, really big exhale. You can cross your legs. Bring your hands to heart center. Allow your breath and your heartbeat to soften. Maybe circling back to an intention if you set one today. Saying thank you to your body for practice. Thank you to you for showing up for yourself. Light within me sees light within you. Namaste. Woohoo, day 17. You're absolutely killing it. I can't wait to see all your progress photos. Let me know if there's anything that you need help with, any questions that you have. I've been having some people ask me questions about like stretching or massaging their hamstrings and things. And so we've been getting creative and using other things that aren't foam rollers and stuff like that. So yeah, feel free to reach out to me and ask me any questions that you have. Hydrate, 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 and get plenty of rest. Okay, your body recovers when it is restful and hydrated. All right. And if you want to talk about the quality of the water that you're drinking, you may be drinking chlorine and all sorts of yucky things like microplastics, but I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to educate and help. So message me if you want to learn more about high quality water and the best water that you can put into your body. And message me if you have any questions about splits. All right. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow for day 18. All right. Bye.